The moment you begin to truly love yourself, everything shifts. Not because the world around you changes overnight, but because you change the lens through which you experience it. Life has always been responding to you, reflecting back the energy you hold toward yourself. When you meet yourself with harshness, life feels harsh. When you meet yourself with judgment, life seems to judge. But when you meet yourself with love, deep, unconditional, unwavering love, life begins to love you back in ways that feel like magic, though they are simply the natural law of energy meeting energy. You are not separate from life. You are life expressing itself through your unique body, your unique heart, your unique journey. And the relationship you have with yourself is the relationship you are teaching life to have with you. This is not a punishment or a test. It is simply how energy works. Your thoughts about yourself create a vibration. Your feelings about yourself create a frequency. And life, in its infinite responsiveness, matches that frequency. The universe does not ask whether you deserve love. It simply reflects the love you already give yourself. So many of us were taught to look outside for validation, for proof that we are worthy, for someone or something to tell us we are enough. We were taught that self-love is selfish, that putting ourselves first is wrong, that our needs matter less than the comfort of others. These teachings run deep. They live in the body, in the tightness of the chest, in the holding of the breath, in the way we shrink when we enter a room. But these teachings are not truth. They are simply old agreements, old patterns passed down through generations who were also taught to distrust their own worthiness. You can release these patterns, you can choose differently. And the moment you begin to treat yourself with kindness, with patience, with the same tenderness you would offer a beloved child, life begins to respond. Doors open, opportunities arrive, people show up differently, not because you have become someone new, but because you have remembered who you always were, a being of infinite worth, deserving of love simply because you exist. Notice right now how you are sitting. Notice the breath. Is it shallow, held high in the chest, or is it deep, full, reaching down into the belly? Just notice. There is no right or wrong here, simply awareness. The body is always telling the truth. It knows when we are at war with ourselves. It knows when we are holding tension, bracing against our own self-criticism. And it also knows when we soften, when we let go, when we choose love instead of fear. The mirror principle is one of the most powerful teachings you can embody. Everything you see outside of you is a reflection of what you believe about yourself. If you look in the mirror and see flaws, life will show you flaws. If you move through the world expecting rejection, you will find rejection. If you believe deep down that you are not enough, life will confirm that belief at every turn. This is not cruelty. This is simply the way energy organizes itself around the dominant belief you hold. But here is the beautiful truth. You can change the belief. You can shift the inner dialogue. You can begin right now to speak to yourself the way you wish the world would speak to you. You can become the first voice of kindness in your own life. And when you do, the world will follow. Not because the world has changed, but because you have changed the energy you are sending out, and life has no choice but to reflect it back. This does not mean pretending everything is perfect. It does not mean ignoring pain or bypassing grief. True self-love includes all of you, the parts that are healing, the parts that are struggling, the parts that are still learning. It means looking at yourself with honesty and saying, I see you, I accept you, I love you anyway. This kind of love is not conditional. It does not wait until you have achieved or fixed or transformed. It is here now, available now, simply because you are here. Think about the beliefs you absorbed as a child. Perhaps you learned that your needs were too much. Perhaps you learned that your voice did not matter. Perhaps you learned that love was something you had to earn through performance, through being good, through making others happy. These beliefs were never yours to begin with. They were handed to you by people who were also carrying pain, who were also taught to abandon themselves. And now, as an adult, you have the power to choose differently. You can gently question these old stories. You can ask yourself, is this true? Is this mine? Does this belief serve me? And when the answer is no, you can begin to release it. Not with force, not with shame, but with compassion. You can thank the belief for trying to keep you safe, and then you can let it go. You can create space for a new truth, a truth that honors your worth, your beauty, your inherent right to take up space in this world. The body holds everything, every criticism you ever spoke to yourself, every time you ignored your hunger or your tiredness or your need for rest, every moment you pushed through when you needed to pause, the body remembers. It holds this memory in tight shoulders, in shallow breath, in chronic pain, in exhaustion that sleep does not cure. The body is not punishing you. It is speaking to you. It is asking you to listen, to slow down, to come back to you, yourself. When you place a hand on your heart and simply breathe, you are telling your body, I am here, I am listening, you are safe with me. This simple act is profound. It is a return to yourself. It is a promise that you will no longer abandon yourself in the ways you were once abandoned. The body begins to soften. The nervous system begins to trust. And from this place of inner safety, life begins to feel safer too. Your body knows what you need. It knows when you need to rest, when you need to move, when you need nourishment, when you need solitude, when you need connection. But if you have spent years overriding these signals, if you have spent years pushing through and proving and performing, the body's voice may feel faint. It may feel like a whisper beneath the noise of obligation and expectation. Your work is to turn down the external noise and turn up the volume on your body's wisdom. Lie down and place both hands on your belly. Breathe deeply and ask, what do you need right now? Then listen. The answer may come as a feeling, as an image, as a simple knowing. It may say, rest. It may say, move. It may say, speak your truth. Trust what comes. Your body is not trying to inconvenience you. It is trying to guide you back to wholeness, back to balance, back to love. Self-appreciation is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is the soil in which all growth happens. Without it, you are trying to build a life on a foundation of self-rejection, and nothing built on that foundation will ever feel stable. But with self-appreciation, even the smallest steps forward become meaningful. Even the simplest moments become beautiful. You begin to see yourself clearly, not through the distorted lens of comparison or criticism, but through the eyes of love. Start small. Each morning, before you do anything else, place a hand on your heart and say one true thing you appreciate about yourself. Not something you did, but something you are. I appreciate my willingness to keep trying. I appreciate my kind heart. I appreciate my courage to feel. Let the words land in your body. Let them settle. This is not affirmation for the sake of affirmation. This is truth-telling. You are reminding yourself of what has always been true, but has been forgotten beneath layers of judgment. Throughout the day, catch yourself when the inner critic begins to speak. Notice the tone, the words, the harshness, and then gently choose again. If the critic says, "You are not doing enough," respond with, "I am doing my best, and my best is enough." If the critic says, "You should be further along," respond with, "I am exactly where I need to be." This is not about denying reality. This is about refusing to abuse yourself in the name of motivation. You do not need to tear yourself down to build yourself up. You only need love. At night, before you sleep, reflect on 3 moments from the day where you showed up for yourself. Maybe you said no when you needed to. Maybe you rested instead of pushed. Maybe you spoke kindly to yourself when things did not go as planned. Write these down if it helps. Let your mind absorb the evidence that you are learning, that you are growing, that you are becoming your own safe place. The inner critic is not your enemy. It is a part of you that learned to speak harshly because it believed harshness would keep you safe. Perhaps it thought that if it criticized you first, the world's criticism would hurt less. Perhaps it thought that if it pushed you hard enough, you would finally be good enough to be loved. But you do not need to be pushed. You do not need to be shamed into growth. You grow best in the warmth of you. Own kindness. Speak to the critic the way you would speak to a frightened child. "Thank you for trying to protect me. I know you are scared, but I am safe now. I do not need you to be harsh with me anymore. I need you to be gentle. I need you to trust that I am enough as I am." This softening takes time. The critic has been running the show for a long time. It will not step down overnight, but with patience, with consistency, with love, it will begin to relax. It will begin to trust that you are capable of leading your own life with compassion. When the critic quiets, a new voice emerges. It is the voice of your true self, the part of you that has always known your worth. This voice is kind. It is encouraging. It reminds you of your strength without diminishing your struggle. It celebrates your progress without demanding perfection. This is the voice you want to cultivate. This is the voice that will guide you home to yourself. Self-love also means learning to receive. So many of us are excellent givers. We give our time, our energy, our attention, our care. We pride ourselves on being helpful, on being needed, on being the ones others can count on. But when someone offers us help, we deflect. When someone gives us a compliment, we minimize. When life offers us ease, we distrust it. We have been taught that receiving is selfish, that needing is weakness, that we must earn every good thing that comes our way. But receiving is not selfish. Receiving is an acknowledgement of your worth. When you allow someone to help you, you are saying, "I am worthy of support." When you accept a compliment without deflecting, you are saying, "I am worthy of being seen." When you let life give to you without immediately trying to give back or prove your deservingness, you are saying, "I am worthy simply because I exist." Practice this. The next time someone offers you help, say yes. The next time someone compliments you, say thank you and let it in. Feel it land in your body. Notice the impulse to deflect, to explain it away, to make yourself smaller, and then choose differently. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be supported. Let yourself receive the love that has always been available to you, but that you have been blocking with the belief that you must do it all alone. The more you receive, the more you signal to life that you are open, and life responds to openness. It brings more ease, more support, more synchronicity, not because you have become more deserving, but because you have finally allowed yourself to be met. You have finally stopped blocking the flow of love with the shield of self-sufficiency and the armor of unworthiness. As you deepen your relationship with yourself, everything else begins to shift. Your relationships become more honest because you are no longer afraid to show up as you are. You no longer twist yourself into shapes to be loved because you already love yourself. You no longer tolerate mistreatment because you know your worth. The people who are meant for you stay. The people who were only there because you were small begin to fall away. And this is not loss, this is alignment. Your health improves because you are no longer at war with your body. You listen when it speaks. You rest when you need to rest. You nourish yourself with kindness instead of punishment. Your energy increases because you are no longer spending it on self-criticism and shame. You have more to give because you are no longer running on empty. Your work becomes more fulfilling because you are no longer trying to prove your worth through achievement. You create from joy instead of fear. You pursue what lights you up instead of what you think you should do. You trust your own timing instead of comparing yourself to others. And because you are in alignment with yourself, your work carries a frequency that attracts the right people, the right opportunities, the right support. Your creativity flows because you are no longer judging every idea before it has a chance to breathe. You play, you experiment, you allow yourself to be a beginner. You release the need for everything you create to be perfect or profound. You remember that creativity is not about the product, it is about the process. It is about being alive, being present, being willing to express what moves through you without needing it to be anything other than what it is. Life begins to feel easier, not because your circumstances are perfect, but because you are no longer fighting yourself. You are no longer using your energy to maintain the belief that you are not enough. You are no longer scanning every interaction for evidence of your unworthiness. You are simply here, present, open, allowing life to meet you where you are. Synchronicities increase. You think of someone and they call. You need something and it appears. You feel drawn to a certain path and doors open effortlessly. This is not luck. This is alignment. When you love yourself, you come into resonance with the frequency of love, and life organizes itself around that frequency. You begin to notice what has always been there, but what you were too contracted to see. You begin to trust that you are supported, that you are guided, that you are held by something greater than your fear. People respond to you differently. They feel the shift in your energy. They sense that you are no longer looking to them to fill a void, to complete you, to validate you. And paradoxically, this makes you more magnetic. People are drawn to those who are whole within themselves, who do not need but choose, who do not cling but allow. Your relationship has deepened because they are no longer based on need. They are based on genuine connection, mutual respect, shared joy. Opportunities arise that match your new sense of self. You are offered work that honors your gifts. You attract people who see you clearly. You find yourself in places that feel like home. None of this requires force. None of this requires striving. It simply happens as a natural byproduct of your inner shift. Life has always been ready to meet you. You were the one who was not ready to receive, and now you are. This is not a destination. This is a practice. There will be days when the old patterns return, when the critic is loud, when you forget your worth. This is not failure. This is being human. On those days, you do not need to fix yourself. You simply need to come back to the practice. Place a hand on your heart. Take a deep breath. Remind yourself, I am learning, I am growing, I am loved, and begin again. Self-love is not something you achieve once and then you are done. It is something you choose again and again in every moment. It is a commitment you make to yourself, to be your own safe place, to be your own first source of kindness, to be the love you wish to see reflected in the world. And the more you choose it, the more natural it becomes. The neural pathways strengthen, the body remembers, the heart opens, and life, in its infinite wisdom, reflects it all back to you. You are not broken. You do not need to be fixed. You are not behind. You do not need to catch up. You are exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, becoming exactly who you are meant to become. And the more you love yourself through this process, the more life loves you back. Not as a reward, but as a reflection. Not as something you earn, but as something you allow. So let yourself be loved. Let yourself receive. Let yourself rest in the knowing that you are enough. You have always been enough, and you will always be enough. The world needs you as you are, not as you think you should be. Life is waiting to meet you, not the perfected version of you, but the real you, the tender you, the beautifully imperfect you. Every time you choose love over criticism, you are changing your life. Every time you honor your needs instead of ignoring them, you are teaching life how to honor you. Every time you speak kindly to yourself, you are raising the frequency of your entire existence. This is not small work. This is the work. This is how you transform your life from the inside out. And as you do this work, as you commit to loving yourself more deeply each day, you will begin to notice the evidence everywhere. In the way your body relaxes, in the way your relationships improve, in the way opportunities flow, in the way life feels softer, kinder, more supportive. You will look around one day and realize that everything has changed because you changed the one thing that matters most, the way you see yourself. This is your invitation, not to become someone new, but to remember who you have always been beneath the layers of conditioning and fear. You are love. You have always been love. And the moment you recognize this, the moment you embody this, the moment you live as this, life will have no choice but to reflect it back to you in every form, in every moment, in every breath. The more you love yourself, the more life loves you. This is the truth. This is the promise. This is the way home.